What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Magmoto80 here. I'm just going to make a short video today, but first I want to thank the people that have subbed to my little channel here. I know it's only 15 of you, but every step matters, and it makes me want to continue this. So thank you, and let's get to 50 subs. Small attainable steps. Please like, subscribe, as they will really help this small channel grow. The likes are important, so please thumbs up. It is critical to the way the YouTube thing works. So please, thumbs up, like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff, and let's grow this channel. Like I said, I know it's only 15, but I'm super excited about it. I didn't think I'd get any, and I'm at 15 now, so small steps. So thank you guys, and let's just keep growing. I really appreciate it. But I really just wanted to briefly talk about, in this video, just the upcoming 2025 lineup. Not so much the models, but really just kind of some of the comments from some of the people that I've read, that I've come across. And I read one that said they look the same as the 24 models. That's what actually made me want to do this video. I mean, of course they're going to look like the 24s, right? I mean, I don't mean that in a rude way. You know, it's just we just got a body refresh on the road and street glides. And, honestly, I think some of the models, they just have that classic look. So I don't really think there's a lot you can do body wise, right? Like the Road Kings and the Heritages, for example. I don't think you really change those. I think they have that classic look, and then, you custom it, especially the Road Kings, and the Heritage, exactly like I just said. Those are very customizable, and a lot of people do their own things. They make it like the Cholo style, stuff like that, or they go old school style with it, which they all look good in their own right? Depends on what you like. But I don't think there's a lot of things you can do as a body refresh to those models. But the Road Glide and Street Glide, which is predominantly what we're talking, they just kind of got a body refresh. So to think that 25 is going to be a vastly different body work, it just doesn't seem right, I mean, I've been in automotive for 20 plus years, and we get new model years, and they look just like the prior year until they do a body refresh, and they do not do that every year. Some of it's like roughly, it averages to be like every 4.5, 5 years they do a body refresh. Some models go longer. And we're not talking like Ferrari and Lambo and all of that, right? We're talking the everyday cars that people drive, the Hondas, the Kias, the Toyotas, et cetera, et cetera. You're not going to, Camry and Accord, a Civic, all of those, they're not changing the body every year. It financially wouldn't really make sense. They do little upgrades to the interior, stuff like that. I don't think we have that much room on the bike to get into changes like that, but I will tell you that, like, I do wish they would do some refresh on tech, right? And I know there's not a ton to do as opposed to a car or a truck, but for the price of these, it gives me a reason to want to I need a reason to want to trade out, like I'm sure a lot of you. That this is not a small purchase. These are big purchases for a lot of people, especially getting into Harley Davidson, and buying those $30,000 bikes, etc. These are not small purchases. So if we buy a 22, we need a reason to upgrade to a 23, a 24, etc. Or if, like me, for example, I just bought a 20. I have a 24. I have no reason to buy a 25. Not in the same model, right? I'm not going to buy a 25 Road Glide. Why would I do that? There's no logical reason for it. There's no difference to change that. So I think with some of the other stuff, they can upgrade in terms of like the tech. Give me a reason to want to trade out of that bike. Say 2 years, right? A year's probably pushing it, but say 2 years, that 2.5 year turnaround. Give me a reason to want to trade up that's not just the color, because that's really all we really get is just a different color. And I'm not flipping a loan on a bike for whatever it may be for a color switch. That's crazy. I'll tell you what though, like right off the top of my head, I would one of the top things that needs to be running is, I think all their models at this point should just have LEDs. They all don't still. Some of them still run halogen, which is the old school lights, which I don't get that. As far as I'm concerned, everything should be LED at this point. Not some LED, some old school. The whole wiring should be LED lights all around on every model. There should be no reason why they're not. I also feel, and this is probably just like a personal thing, but I also feel like the digital gauge, and you have the digital gauge, you have the analog gauge. I think that needs to be incorporated a little bit better. Like, we should have a digital gauge that's, incorporated with like the GPS. It should be standard. I know a lot of people use their phones, but we should have it on the bike. I mean, it's almost 2025, and there's no real reason as to why it's not standard. I don't think it would change the look if, say, you threw that, if that was on the Heritage, on the Road King, et cetera, et cetera. I don't think it would change the look so much where they can't have that. I know some people prefer the analog, and I mean, I guess that's fine. But if that's the case, then, we can't kind of have that debate of, oh, well, I want more stuff on it, and then you have the purists that are like, oh, I want this to be on the bike. There's going to have to be some leeway. I do like the analog for like very classic bikes. I don't see the point of them in the newer models, but I think that should be an option. I think we should have that readily available, to have the integrated GPS, integrated digital gauge, and then if you still want to use your phone. But it's still nice to have. I will tell you, one of the biggest things for me, and I know it's not just me, I know it's a lot of people that have the bikes, that have the road glides and the street glides and stuff like that, the sound system. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. One of a million videos on the stock audio. They suck. They truly suck. I don't care what they try to say. I don't care. Oh, well, they suck. You can't hear shit. Excuse my language. You can't hear anything on the bikes. You just can't. You can't. Headset, or you're cruising like very slowly through the city, because once you open up, you change your exhaust. If you change your exhaust, you ain't hearing nothing. I did the slip-ons on mine. I can't hear anything. Once I'm going like 45, 50, I can't hear anything on the bike. So I don't even use it. So I put my headset on. I always wear a helmet, but I live in a state where you don't have to wear your helmet. But I do. But see, even if I go with a half helmet, I can't do anything once I go anywhere outside of like a run to the store somewhere close, which honestly, I should be able to hear it. I'm not saying it has to be the loudest thing in the world, but again, for the price we pay for the bike, a better sound system should be integrated standard on the bike. It just should be. I just feel that, I guess overall what I'm saying is I just feel being disappointed that there is no refresh when we kind of just got one is a little too much. I mean, everyone has to complain about something for sure. But trust me, I know there will be things to complain about. So maybe we should get on them for not making things that should be standard by now standard, and still keeping it off the bike. Again, like the LED lights, etc. Small little things that should be already incorporated. Because again, price per bike. The price we're paying for the bike, these things should be already readily available. Because when we do get them, not that I want to do this comparison yet, but when you have an Indian and they're already putting these LED lights, they're already doing this, and they've been doing it, and then finally we get it at Harley, it's like, oh yay! It's like, what do we really? We're chatting about something that we should have had, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever it may be. Indians already been doing it. I would just like some metric of that, right? Not metric, but really some measure that they do hear the customer, they do hear the consumer, like, that's paying all this money for the bikes, and they're giving us what we want. And I don't know anybody who doesn't want better lights on their bike, just stock, especially again, for the 15th time, for the price. The price comparison has to matter. If you're going to charge 30,000 plus, whatever it may be, even on the lower end bikes, they should just be LEDs. They're a dime a dozen now. LEDs are not expensive overall. They should be on the bike, always. But anyway, like I said, before I wrap up this short video, I know it's a little rough, but that's because it's just kind of a brief thing that kind of popped in my head. I just kind of wanted to get it out there. But before I do wrap this one up, I did want to let everyone know that I am going to be reaching out to my local HD and Indian dealerships, and I'm going to get a hands-on of the new models. It's winter up here, so there'll probably be no rides on the bike, but I really want to get a good look in person and see some of the new colors as well as some of the comparisons with comparable bikes. The images don't really do it well, kind of when you see mock-ups of like the new colors and stuff like that. I could say like the shark fin color that they did in 24. I didn't really like it when I seen it on the release of the image release, but when I saw it in person, it did look better. It looked a lot better as far as I'm concerned. I ended up getting the vivid, the black, but still, burst blue was great, but some of the pictures don't do it justice. So I really like to get a hands-on and get a video of that and just to kind of show everybody what it looks like. Also, what I want to talk about is as the channel grows, I would love to incorporate other cruisers as well, Honda, Suzuki, etc., and really get into the bang for buck of these bikes. So please look forward to that because that is going to be coming. Again, thanks for being on this ride with me. Like and subscribe, and let's get through these winter months so we can get back on the road. Again, I know it's only 15 people, but really, thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate it. Please help my channel grow, like, subscribe, get more people watching, and the videos will get better. I think they're already getting a little bit better. I haven't really done too much yet, but I am working on big things for this upcoming riding season. We are planning a trip to Florida. The bikes are going to get shipped out there in March. We're going to go down to the big bike event out there. So definitely look forward to that. That's going to be awesome. I'm going to get a lot of footage of that riding through Florida, wherever we go. So that's going to be really, really awesome. And I hope you guys are there on the journey for me. So thanks a lot. Thanks for watching the video. Like, subscribe, and I will see you guys soon.